Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sagevivor Season 8. We're in very exciting times today because everybody is dropping their buffs and we are merged. This is always a very exciting time, but just because you made merge does not mean that you made the jury who gets to make a final decision on who wins the season all the way at Final Tribal Council, and then we will reveal that at our live reunion, of course. Friendly reminder, if you have not already, please smash that like button for me to show your support through the series and consider subscribing. Really does help out a lot. Not only helps out me, but future cast of Sagevivor and this cast of Sagevivor, because the better that this does overall, the more I can turn around and reinvest into Sagevivor as a whole. Today we're doing the Frozen auction, so it's really kind of like an anti-auction. Most of the options in there are not that great for the players, and there are some specific checkpoints where they need to use their money. Each player only gets $500 to keep their vote. So we're going into this first merge tribal having no idea who has what votes, etc. And I think it's going to be quite exciting. But enough of my yapping, that was a lot, and let's get into the tea.
Y'all said Survivor 8. You didn't mention Survivor Eaten, because I'm getting eaten alive.
If I feel like you're not connecting with me, that's a you problem.
Everything she says is either blunt or bitchy.
Yeah, I don't really care for them. I'll vote them out.
This season's gonna be nuts.
Welcome to Sagevivor. Welcome to Sagevivor. Welcome to the island where the heat's turned up high, where the flavors are fierce and the flames never die. You better bring your A game, your spice and your sass, cause in this kitchen jungle you're cooking to last. From sweet to sour, salty to spice, each dish a battle, each meal's a dice. The fire's raging, the stove's red hot. Who's serving up victory and who's getting caught? It's Sagevivor, the taste of survival, serving up the heat from breakfast to trial. You gotta outcook, outfeed, outlast, or you'll be the next dish burning up way too fast. Sagevivor.
We made the merge and I'm so happy. Anyways, I feel pretty good about my positioning here. You know, it's pretty chill. I think most people think I'm like kind of inactive, which is like right where I want to be. So I don't like think of me as a social threat or anything. Bummer that Ace went out because I trusted her like big. I might look like a fool and be like really low on her trust rankings, but who cares? Anyways, I think there's a lot of targets and they're not me, so I'm chilling. I'm big thrilling. I'm on the billin'. Yes, sir.
I look like shit. I've been cleaning my house today. Just finished mopping, so I'm still in the same clothes from my last confessional because I'm disgusting. Plus, I have two special guests with me today. Let's see if they can both fit on the screen. This is Bender. And a rare treat, Skylar almost never makes an appearance, but there she is. They are both sitting right next to me while I record this, which is a very rare. They hate each other, and they are never this. They're literally this close to each other right now, and I can't believe there's not hissing and growling. So I just wanted to check in. We've made the merge. Congratulations to all. Very exciting. A 13-person merge is a lot. So there's just been a flurry of DMs and getting to know yous and people I still hadn't really met. I'd never met Chewy, really. Never met Swan. I think that's the only people I hadn't ever talked to. We spent a lot of time talking about what happened with Adis and the fallout. We got in a big voice chat, all of us, and everyone broke it all down. Rob broke it down specifically what happened. And then while we were in that voice chat, Cricket, who was a spectator, apparently one of Adis's friends jumped into that voice chat with us, wasn't talking, but typing in the chat and like sort of like condemning us all for being hard on Adis, of which not everyone was. I think it was more or less like, here's the retelling of the story. Doesn't that sound crazy? Like, I'm not one to shit on people's mental health, but I do struggle in these games a lot when people use mental health as a shield. I would recommend, if you have severe anxiety or depression or things like that, not to play orgs. This is just my public service announcement for whoever's watching this, because it's not the best for your mental health or psyche, which is why they do a psychiatric evaluation before you go on any of these shows. So I have struggle with that. Or when they're like, we need a break day. It's like, there's not breaks in the show. Why are we doing this? So I kind of come off as an asshole when it comes to things like this. But for this, I never met Ada, so I really had nothing to contribute. But we did ping production and said, like, hey, this probably isn't okay. And also, apparently, Cricket was saying things that they only would have known had they read people's confessionals, because I think they were a trusted spec. So there's a little bit of conjecture now around, did Cricket help Adis, and was like Cricket not ulting but helping? So that was a large part of the conversation. And then we played Jackbox games for a while. Xe fired up some Jackbox games and we played. It was super fun. It was great to get to like just chill with people. Kaden was really funny, like really, apparently I talked to him this morning, apparently he was on something or high. But it was really nice to get to reconnect with Liv. Katie was on a bus coming home from the International Thespian Festival in Indianapolis, so she was just listening but typing and sort of bringing us up to speed on her stuff. I got to meet Sarah a little bit more. It was fun. It was really nice. It was a really nice moment.
Well, we hit the merge, guys. Congratulations. Woo! Final 13, all one big happy family now. So this is obviously a pivotal moment in the season, because merge is always when things get super fun. And there's been a lot of crap going on recently.
Holy shit, I am sweating. It is humid in New York City. Let me tell it fucking you. I want immunity. Yes. That's amazing. Really happy to see that. Yeah, like, of course I want to open that little box of Pandora. I just want to see what's inside the little box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Come on, man, what's in the box? I don't think anyone can be mad at me for doing that, because all happened is I won individual immunity and everyone got shot in the dark. So, okay. But hey, I'm immune. I did lose my vote, but if I am going to lose my vote, at least I have immunity. But I also know where every single advantage that was bought in the auction went to. Every single one. So Apple won individual immunity. I won Panera's Torrance Box, was also immunity. Xe and Jason both got idol shards. Jacob got the extra vote, and Katie got the vote block and the back search. All my Alliance people won everything. Amazing.
All right, Sagevivor. Yes, you are getting a makeup. I either apparently do makeup ones, or I do car ones, but you're getting a makeup confessional because if you saw, I'm at International Thespian Festival in Indiana, and I have now learned that I am not going to get a single moment to myself. The kids are probably going to come to my door soon, so I got to finish this up for breakfast, and then I'm basically busy from 7 a.m. to at night, and who knows when they're to like midnight. So I have so much to talk about. You probably saw my written confessional about the Adis vote, which was just wild. The whole thing was just wild. Like, I knew I was gonna have to vote for her. she kind of dug her own grave. Then I'm getting DMs and messages from her and her friends trying to friend me and stuff, and move on. That's all I'm gonna say now. We're moving on because nobody wants to talk about it anymore. And then I'm sitting on the bus to Indiana, 14-hour ride, by the way. And lo and behold, we merged. And my first thought was like, great. This was literally the worst time for me to be a part of a merge. Because I'm not gonna be able to be super social right now because yeah, I'm with teenagers all day long who already know I'm Discording and they're making fun of me when I can. But I'm like, it's just a horrible time and I'm already nervous because like I feel like I'm gonna tank this socially. And I have to just really rely on my social connections to get me through this game. So I start talking to people and everyone seems, nice, but it's all that little niceties and, oh, how are you? How was your game? Da, 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 da. And at first it's just nice. We get on, we play Jackbox. Oh, did not mean to do that. We get on, we play Jackbox for a while. Well, they play Jackbox and I just listen in because, again, on a bus ride with a bunch of teenagers. And start talking to some people, talk to Chewy, Kaden. Oh, connect with Sarah. Sarah's a peach. Sarah is a gem. I wasn't ready to like Sarah as much as I like Sarah, but reconnect with Jules, which is good. I'm starting to feel better about that. We made an alliance, as you can see. And everything seems pretty calm, and I'm like, all right, I'm not as paranoid now. I tried to be as social as I can and warn people that I was going to be kind of spotty this week. And then I'm actually having great conversations with Chewy, and I'm like, okay, Chewy and I are kind of vibing. Like, this is nice. But I do hear Chewy's name, and I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna try to. The name of the game of the first vote is just don't rock the boat, right?
Speaking of alliances, I'm currently in, I think, 9, 10. Lots of alliances. Hey. Some of them are just smaller mini alliances of the bigger alliances, but still there's alliances.
Like, you don't want to be seen as somebody who's going to overplay the game. You just want to be chill. And Chewy is like Jekyll and Hyde. Like, all of a sudden, we're chill, we're talking, and then apparently like a chaos machine. But Chewy, like, if you're watching this, like, kudos, you didn't go without a fight. So good for you, but damn, all of a sudden he's like, I'm safe, I got this idol, you better vote Jacob. And I find out, because again, I came back probably later in the evening, and he'd been doing it for 6 hours by the time I got back. He was doing this to everyone. I'm like, why? Oh, that's a cute little piece. And he tells me my name's out. Rob's like, I don't know, girl, like, maybe you want to, oh, yeah, the auction. That's the other hard part about this. Y'all are evil for that. Not only are you like, hey, we're gonna do this merge, but then like, hey, we're gonna like put all this uncertainty into the air.
We're about to do this auction, and I thought it would be fun to do this live and just record myself doing it, which means I'm gonna have to upload this to YouTube because it's gonna be huge. But I thought I would do it so the content here could be like watching a player make their decisions in real time and sort of talk through it. So in this challenge, you walked into the walk-in cooler, which should be hyphenated. So while in the fridge, you walk up to a strange-looking sage statue holding a note. It reads, welcome to the frozen auction, bolded, name of challenge. Here's $500. However, this is not your grandma's auction. Be prepared. I don't know what that means. This is going to be pretty devious. I mean, the first thing said, I'm not going to tell you what it is until you run the command. And then you run the command and it's like, I'm still not going to tell you what it is. At this checkpoint, the highest bidder will receive an idle piece. Ooh, I mean, I already have 2. So 1 more would be great. Please make your bid. When ready to advance, you may use the command for Frozen Auction 3. Ooh. Part of me is just like, put it all on this and be done with it. Because I have 2 idle pieces. So if I win a 3rd idle piece, I just have an idle. And I have to think there's an idol in here somewhere. I mean, obviously there's a round immunity, so there's that. At some point, my cat's going to step on the record button. She's just walking around the laptop at this point. So there's obviously an idol in here. There's obviously individual immunity for the round. And then there's this. So Eggsy has a piece. K-Den has a piece. I have to think at least one or two other people probably have a piece. So someone probably went for this as well. It seems like a no-brainer for me to just go all in on this because it will guarantee me an idol, which having an idol that can't be broken with a piece breaker, if that exists in this season, and having, I can't believe I'm putting this much thought into the very first auction item.
We have this auction and I do it and I go, okay, I don't know. There's probably something big at the end. I'm just gonna do $50 here, $50 there. But there's no way in hell I was winning anything. But I was like, hey, I didn't lose my vote. And that's great because I don't want to lose my vote for this first one.
Having an idol and an extra vote and an idol that's not able to be broken is probably a pretty good thing. However, I know Rob and Eggsy at least will know that I'm going to try and probably go for this because they're the only two who know I have 2 idol pieces. But everyone knows I have an idol piece, at least one idol piece. So it's just how many people do I think will go for this all out in their very first one? And I have a feeling some people will want to see what's next. Part of me is like, do I think 450 will be enough to win it? Or do I just go all in, see if anyone else went all in on it, and it's a tie? This is tough. I might just go for this. This might be stupid, but I might just go for the whole thing and just hope that I finish this idol out and not, because if there's piece breakers in this game, then I'm one of the only people that people know have one for sure, because the ones that were stolen from camp, they assume Ryan went out with one and nobody knows who has it on the Salad Tribe, but everyone knows I have the one from dropping out of the challenge. I'm gonna put all 500 on this. This is gonna bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna put all 500 on this. All right, let's go over to Frozen Auction 3. Now I'll just see what I'm not gonna get, and I have to put 0 for all of these, or I will DQF. All right, Frozen Auction 4. I feel like I should have Frozen music on in the background, but for copyright reasons, I cannot. This is a forced checkpoint. You must deposit $50 to keep your vote tonight. Failure to do so and you will lose your vote. Losing your vote does stack. So if you somehow lose multiple votes, you'll be voteless for multiple tribal councils. If you do not have enough money left, you automatically lose your vote. I knew it. Fuck you, Sage.
Apparently everyone else overplayed their hand or lost their vote because your girl got a vote block and a bag check. So I tell only Rob, because Rob right now is my number 1, and he's being definitely perceived as this threat in this game. But he's a great game player, and if people want to perceive him as a threat while I work with him, so be it. I really hope he can make it to the end though, because I think we can go pretty far in this game. But I strategize with him. I say, who should we check this bag with? And he's like, let's do Chewy. So I check Chewy's bag. Chewy has nothing. Feel good about a Chewy vote, even better. Put it in. And then when I get back, Chewy's like, oh, your name's out there, this person's name's out there. And I had the vote block and I was considering using it, but at the same time, I have no idea who has a vote and who doesn't. I was just doing my best at that point. I heard people say they have votes and then they didn't have votes and da-da-da-da. So I just think, whatever. At this point, I'm just, if I go home, this is weird. I'm just going home. I was almost convinced that my name was out there for a bit. And then everyone was like, no, Chewy's just spiraling.
There's 2 groups that I am identifying with. Arguably the only 2 groups in the season. There's the Cupcake 5, which is basically just the original Cupcake tribe, which had a very long history of tribe bonding. And then there was the Sarah and Jules and Kate which they're not even like a group officially. I guess they are kind of, but I'm not in a group with them, is what I'm trying to say. So I kind of have roots on both sides, which is great. I feel like I have a lot going for me here, and I have a lot of say on what's going to happen.
So it's hot as fuck in Ohio. I look like shit, and I don't feel like doing a video confessional. So here's my voice memo update. I am currently hoping that I am not going to get blindsided. As far as I know, Chewy is the vote, and I don't know. I don't have a vote. I lost my vote. Actually, I lost my next 2 votes. Haven't told anybody I lost 2. I only told them I lost 1. So hopefully I can get my social game up so that people will hopefully continue to trust me and want to work with me and realize that I can be more than just a number, that I like to yap and give people information when necessary. So, fingers crossed that that works for me and that I don't get blindsided. But if I do get blindsided, they're all a bunch of fucking bitches. So, anyway, bye.
So as far as the first target goes, I wasn't originally super sold on the Chewy idea. That probably wasn't my first pick. But really what ended up happening is Rob pushed it. Because there was a thing that happened earlier where Swan had his idol, and Chewy was telling Swan to play it and idle out Rob. And then Swan told Rob about that, and Rob didn't like that. It rubbed him the wrong way, obviously. So there's been bad blood between Chewy and Rob. And Rob took that to the Cupcake Alliance, and at that point it's like, okay, fine. You know what? We can do Chewy. He's not that important.
At this checkpoint, you may bid on individual immunity for tonight only when you've made your bid. Okay. $0. I can't even vote. This is bad. Hubris has gotten me. I'm gonna get this idol and immediately have to use it. I feel like, because I think I'm gonna get votes.
June 22nd, 2025, episode 8 of Sagevivor. Chewy and Jason lost their vote. They're the only ones I know. I didn't win anything. Jules didn't win anything. We kept our votes. I think Exy is being a little sneaky, or Kate is protecting Apple, and Apple is being kind of sneaky. But Apple told me about his advantage before he told anybody else.
Hello. I'm in New York City now, and then I had 2 drinks. We went to this restaurant, and it was like, the first one got me good because I don't think I drank. I didn't eat a lot. I don't know if my grammar is right there, but I didn't eat a lot the whole day. So the first one got me, but then I started eating and I had a second one, and it didn't really get me as much. So I was really sad. But yeah, I don't know. I think, or what do I think? I don't know what I think. I think that, well, I don't know. Oh, right. I threw Katie under the bus to both Kate and Chewy because they're the people I want to go to the end with. And I told them that I hate Katie because she never responded or even acknowledged to my fucking elephant drawing that I made for her that she requested. She literally requested it and just did not respond, acknowledge, or do anything with it. Just a simple thank you would be great. But no, that bitch did not do anything for it. And it's really pissing me off. And so I told both of them, I want her dead. I want her so dead because of that. And Kate, love Kate, she like validated my experience. She validated my feelings about Katie and was like, we need to vote her out. We need to vote both Jason and Katie out. And I'm so happy that there's people on board to do that with me because they suck. I hope they know that they suck. They have sucked this whole season. They suck. I hope they get killed off in the game. In the game. They get killed off. In the game. In the game. Of course. Of course in the game. The journey was cool, I guess. I got to talk to Chewie, who I also told I hate, Katie. So that was good. I didn't really talk to Swan that much. I think Swan hates me because I kind of ghosted him during the hotel challenge. So, oh well, not my problem. And well, the thing with Swan is that he's either going to get targeted now for having like an idol or whatnot, or another power or whatnot. But like the further along he gets in the game, he's going to be a GOAT, so it's going to be hard to vote him out. But Kate wants to go to the end with either Chewie or Swan with me as well. But like the third can be Chewie or Swan. So I'm fine with either of them too. I'd be personally very happy going to the end with any of those three, because I think I just win that. But maybe I'm delusional. I don't know. What I'm not delusional about is that Katie and Jason need to die in the game.
I know Exie got the second idol shard that I bid $50 on and did not win. I don't know who got the bag search. I don't know who got the first idol shard. I don't know who got the block a vote. Is that all of them? And I don't know who else lost their votes.
This is a forced checkpoint. You must deposit $50. God damn it. To keep your vote tonight. Failure to do so and you will lose your vote. Losing your vote does stack. So if you somehow lose multiple votes, you will be voteless for multiple tribal councils if you don't have enough money. So now I've lost 2 votes. Ugh. This is bad. This is really bad. Okay. This is evil.
I have to suspect that Apple lost his. I don't know how much he bid on immunity. Rob is also immune, and we now have shot in the dark, which is very fun. Feels very new era-y. I'm still with Jules, number 1.
Merge is here. I'm so relieved to have made it. Like the last couple of OGs I've played, I have gone out pretty much. So I'm excited to be in the merge. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to talk to everyone because like right as we merged, my sister came over and it was meant to just be like, I thought she was just gonna pop in and drop some stuff off because she's like getting ready for her, they're planning her 40th. But she's like, oh, come with me to do like cake tasting and stuff. So like I was out for like a couple of hours and it's like right on peak socializing. So that sucks as someone who already struggles with that because my time zone sucked to have to miss out on that. But I did get to talk to a few people. I think when you get to merge and you're trying to assess all the players on the board, for me, I try and work out who is going to be a problem for me in this merge. Who can I work with, who can I not work with, but also who's going to be a threat. Rob is someone that straight away I'm like, you are very likable. You are someone that a lot of people have mixed feelings. A lot of people either love him, a lot of people maybe don't. So he's going to be an issue.
Katie got the bag check, and she only told me about it, and we hopped on VC together, and she searched Chewie's bag, and he only has his shot in the dark. So he did not win the advantage, which means that I'm 99% sure Apple has the advantage. Would have loved to have known what the advantage was, but at least we know Chewie doesn't have it. So all the cupcakes want to vote out Chewie because Chewie wanted Swan to idle me out, and they're like, not on my watch.
Hey y'all, it's Swan. It's a bright sunny day in Los Angeles, California, and we made merge, motherfuckers. I am once again driving to work. Also, I'm gonna vape on this and y'all are not gonna judge me. So, I'm moving now. Let's pray the camera stays. Okay, great. We made merge, baby. We got our number 1 op out of this motherfucking game unanimously. We wasted an idol and I negated the second vote of my entire org career despite holding like how many idols have I held at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6? 6. I'm a flop with advantages. I told y'all I don't want them. They stress me out. Speaking of not wanting advantages, y'all are gonna hate me and call me boring, but I played this auction challenge so conservatively because I saw those forced checkpoints for losing your votes. I also thought that maybe like something really big would be at the end, so I was basically just saving all my money. I think I only did the checkpoints. I don't think I bid on anything. So sorry for being a boring flop, but like, what am I gonna do with a piece of an idol? Like, that's so annoying. Should I have been more aggressive? Maybe. Did I want to lose my vote? Potentially? No. Did I want to save up for something potentially big at the very end? Yes. Did I get that? No. Which is fine. It's tough when you don't know like when the challenge is ending. You have to keep like going. So I played it conservatively and I don't care. I'm all about like conservative gameplay, especially early on, especially like early into a merge. I don't want to get too crazy, too chaotic. I'd rather just like make sure I'm safe, the people I like are safe, so I can continue to be safe and move strong going forward.
And I'm like, that's right, my divas, you better have my back. You better have Rob's back. So Chewy is going to be the target, although Jason and I both don't have votes.
Auction 8. This is Pandora's box. If no one at all bids on this, nothing will happen. If even one person bids $1, then the box will open and its effects will be live. Is it bad or is it good? Do you want to be the one to open it? I mean, I can't. Someone's opening this box. This has like Rob or XZ written all over it. Oh man. This is well done. This is my favorite idol I've seen in a game. I like this so much more than the way they're usually done.
But we have lots of ammunition in case we need it for this tribal, but I think Chewy could end up being a unanimous-ish vote. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. But also, I also know where 2 idols are. Jason has an idol, and Exy has an idol. Because Jason got his idol all on his own via shards, and Exy, Caden, and Jason pulled in for the idol for Exy. Plus, I have the amulet idol with Katie and Sarah, which no one seems to be talking about. Everyone seems to forgot about that. No one's talked to me about that in ages. So I think it's off people's radar, especially with all these advantages being passed out. So all my allies are stacked the fuck up right now. So I don't know what's going to happen this tribal. I'm pretty sure we're going to target Chewy. So, but everyone's nervous that Chewy has something, but only me and Katie know that he definitely doesn't. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to update you all tomorrow and see what's the tea. But adios.
You know, I'm well aware of my reputation. This is why I go through fucking member lists, you know? This is why I prefer playing with people I don't know. But I mean, when they're in the room, it makes it fun. And I think that actually doing this, or Kate whoever is doing it, this is going to be very interesting. But I don't enjoy having my name thrown into an org legend category, because I have never won an org for a fucking reason. But I do get asked to play them quite often, and I usually tell everybody to go fuck themselves. Something is sketchy, because I never told Kate a goddamn thing, and I double checked that twice. She still was aware that, and the only person who knew at the time was Apple, and obviously Exy. Which is very interesting, and I don't know if Exy... It's very, very fun. I guess we're not going to actually get to play with each other this time. But I think it's going to be one of those deals where it's like, we both know we need each other, but he's going to fucking cut me, but I'm going to cut him first. I'm much more likable.
And then it's also like, who are the pairs? So I'm like trying to look at who has been together the entire time, because that's people that I need to watch out for. Now, there's Sarah and Chewy, but I feel confident that Sarah trusts me a lot more. I don't think she trusts Chewy that much at all, but I know I'm her number one. There's Kate and Caden. I don't know how close they are though.
They might be super close now, but not as much. And then there's Rob and Jacob. That's like there's also Exie and Jason. Sorry, the host yap session is going off and it's distracting me. But anyway, like those are the groups that I'm like, well, these people are going to be pairs. Now, that is a perception. It might not be true. But, you know, if they are a pair, they're not going to tell me like, oh, I'm really close with this person. So it's something you just need to be mindful of. I don't know that Sarah and I are going to be clocked as a pair because we did have time apart. I think we've both tried to suggest that we're not. I think Swan is probably the only person who knows how close we are, but I think Swan also thinks that he's my number one and he's my number two, so like it's pretty good. But Sarah is going to always be above him. And like, yeah, Sarah and I talked today about she's going to like lean into Chewy being her like number one ally, and I'm going to lean into Swan being mine because we don't want us to be clocked. But even if we do get clocked, I was sort of thinking about this. I think Sarah is a bigger threat than I am, or at least I hope so. Like, she's good at challenges. She is very, very social. Everybody likes her. And that's a good thing for me, because one thing I tend to struggle with, if I'm in a game where I am playing from the top, which I don't know if I will be here, I've got to like actually wait and see where things are. But when I am playing from the top, I struggle with threat management. I am just not good at it. And so what ends up happening if I play from the top, I ride things along really well, and then towards like basically the beginning of the end game, sort of around like that 5, 6, 7 position, I get sniped. So if I am with someone who's a bigger threat than me, that's a good thing. And while I will never ever turn on Sarah, like she is my girl, I'm never going against her. I don't have it in me to do that. And I know that she won't do that to me. I feel like if we end up in a power position, again, I'm not getting ahead of myself, I'm just saying if, like, people will eventually come for us, but I think they'll come for her before they come for me, which is huge.
I don't know who the vote is going to be today. I imagine Jacob's name's going to be popping up, maybe Caden's name. I need to reach out to Caden. I need to make sure, the most important thing is making sure that people don't feel like they're on the outs with you. Like, you need to constantly touch base. You have to I do ultimately think I'll be okay. We're also talking about the amulet pieces and what to do with them. I wonder if that's what's popping off actually on my game. I don't know. Something was beeping in with notifications. I don't really know what's going to happen. This is going to be very fun. I'm waiting on the information to trickle in. It's very unfortunate because I don't feel like I'm in with like OG Salad as much. Exie's really my main connection. Apple, Liv. Another good thing to note, because I haven't made my notes in my confessional today to update, but I video chatted with Swan, and apparently everything that Chewy came back and told us in our tribe chat about how they were like talking about Liv and all that stuff was like not a fucking thing. So I don't know. Chewy's sketchy too. All these hoes are sketchy. I don't know why they can't be like super pure and honest like I am.
I don't want to talk about Adis too much because they're clearly going through something. I think it's really tacky to be DMing people after the game because that's like rule breaking, and like all of this is, yeah, it's just not a good look. I help host a Big Brother org, and I already added her to our do not cast list. Yeah, I mostly feel bad for Katie, who like showed Adis so much kindness and generosity and compassion, and Adis has apparently like viciously attacked her and said all these horrid things, and it's really like Katie of all people does not deserve that from Adis. In true Adis fashion, everybody got a DM except for me, so that's funny. But also expected. God damn it, I just want this camera to... Motherfucker.
Like, dear God, it's not hard. But yeah, this is what I meant with like the fucking trust rankings. Like, as long as they're giving me information, and if I'm one of the first people to hear it, then like, you can go up there. You stay up on the top of my trust ranking, baby. As long as you have a use for me, or you show me use, I'll have you up there. But I'm not going to stick my neck out for anybody except Jules, probably. I think everyone else is relatively expendable for me. I just, I do think this is about to get very fun. And I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really know what to say here. I didn't lose anything. I didn't gain anything except, you know, shot in the dark from Pandora's box. And I now am in a trio alliance with Katie and Jules, which is very nice. Someone told me, I can't remember who it was, but I'll put it in my notes later. I think it was Kate who told me, but Katie and Jules had a pre-existing connection or something, which Jules never told me. Or maybe KD with Jules. I can't remember. I don't know. But I don't really care because Jules hasn't said anything, so. Like, I know she wasn't the one to say anything about Exer because I hadn't told Jules at that point because we were on different tribes. So, I don't know. Things are spicing up. I'm really excited.
Because then I can do a little bit of damage control, can like assess the situation, and then I have an idol as well. So, hopefully, this spells good things for me. I don't want to get too overconfident, but I do think that at least for the first few votes, I'm going to be able to get the numbers together. I might not necessarily be able to get out my number one threat each time, my number one target, but I'm going to be able to take pieces off the board that don't help me, which is obviously very important. This first challenge, I had a brief look at it, I haven't looked at it properly yet, but I don't want to win it because I got a pretty good score in the Tetris challenge. There's already this perception of me that, like, KD said something about when I lock in, I can do anything. So I definitely don't want to come out as a challenge threat. I'm not a huge challenge threat, but there's certain challenges when they pop up, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be good at that. I'm not someone who can go on a huge immunity run though, so that's not anything to be worried about, but I don't want that perception out there either. So yeah, I think it's one, I'm just going to do it like while I'm at work tonight, like while I'm on the train or something, not driving it obviously. But yeah, so we'll see who wins that. And I also think if you need to win the first immunity challenge, especially when it's a tribe, it's like a merge of 13. Like if you need that one, you're not going far. You know, the only reason I think I would need it is to stop someone else getting it. But even if there's like, everyone wants to get this person out and they win it, there's a bunch of other people. I already floated to Sarah the idea that, hey, I actually don't mind Jason. And like, she and Exie know each other and like, she's keen to work with him. And if Exie and Jason are tight, like, I can get on board with that. We can make something happen there. You know, I've talked a lot to Katie about everything, but I don't know how much I can trust her. I'm going to have to talk to Swan about that. Swan has given me a lot of information, but he and I have to get on call because, like, there's a lot we need to go through. He sent me, like, a 6-minute voice note, and I don't have the memory span to be able to, like, respond to everything.
Yeah, so Katie, of all people, just does not deserve that, and I really don't like that she's getting that energy from Adis and friends of Adis, and I am just happy to have Adis out of the game. It's very freeing for me. She was very much like weighing on me in this game and making me not feel great, making me feel insecure and paranoid, and that's free. I have people that want to work with me. I have people that want to stick up for me. I have new people that want to connect with me. So, like, good things all around for Swan. This is such a better angle. Oh my god, why couldn't we get this earlier? So it's totally gonna, yep, I knew it. So yeah, feeling good now in Merge. Part of the reason I didn't like go ham on the challenge is like, I don't think I need this individual immunity. I feel pretty safe and connected. I think there's people on both OG tribes that could go. Like, we could do Caden, we could do Chewy, we could do Jacob. So I'm not too worried yet. I think I would be surprised if anybody pitched my name, and I think there are enough people on both sides that would defend my name if it came up. So I feel like it would take like crazy like advantage work to get me out this early in the merge. So yeah, just want to make jury, hopefully making jury. Already reconnected with Jules. I was very drunk VC last night. I had a VC with Rob last night too. And then I just had a VC with Sarah. Ah, no! Sorry, I thought the video cut out. I got the notification that my battery died, or was dying. It is dying. So, apologies for screaming. Had a good VC with Sarah today too. So like re-linked up with my girls. I've got Rob, I've got Katie, I've got Kate. Like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like there are probably more updates to give, but we're gonna keep this short and sweet for now, I think. I just wanted to give like kind of relative merge thought updates, relative like free of ADAS end of swap updates, challenge updates. Yeah, so that's kind of where my head is at right now. Like chill, let other people make mess and like go ham for all these powers and stuff. Like go for it, babe. Like great. Like make a target of yourself by like being advantage hungry and heavy. So you know, enjoy it. I'm just gonna be me. I'm just doing it GC style. I'm not getting involved. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I gotta go to work, and then I have the next 2 days off, so it's gonna be merge socialization time. We're gonna be like full force swan, going ham on these hoes. Bye.
Like Caden has said that he really wants to work with me. Like he's like, I 100% trust you. I'm like, bro. Like, Caden's an interesting one. He and I have never actually been to a tribal council together, despite being on the same tribe at the start, because I missed one, he missed one, and then we were apart. So I don't think he's got any data to say that he 100% trusts me, but hey, if he wants to work with me, great. I think I'm going to have to sort of separate people into my next trust ranking, I'll put it in my confessional as well, so that all of my fans who are watching this can sort of see. But it's going to be more like tiers. Like, there's going to be Sarah and Swan are the two people that I can absolutely 100% trust the most. And then the next tier is going to be like people that I want to trust, or like people I think I can trust. And then there's going to be like, don't have enough information yet, cannot trust. So we'll see. I don't think there's anyone at this point that I'm like, I can't trust this person. Rob is probably going to go down to that part, and not because like I don't know him yet, but it's like he's good, and he has a lot of connections. So this is gonna, I'm thinking this merge is going to be quite fluid, because we've had 2 tribe swaps. You know, we were in the first tribes for 2 rounds, second tribe for 3, next one for 2. So like, there's not that many people that have these like super solid connections, because it's like, yeah, Sarah and I are like each other's number 1, but you know, I potentially want to bring in Katie. She wants to bring in Apple. So it's like, we need to sort all that out. And like, I'm not gonna make Sarah work with someone she doesn't want to work with, and she's not gonna do the same for me. Because yeah, I don't want to be anyone's little puppet. Not that I think I would be, but I'm just like, yeah. Once again, I'm rambling. But yeah, look, tomorrow's gonna be really important to like get my socializing on. Hopefully, some people come online tonight while I'm still at work, and I can get a little bit of chatting in. Although, you know, they're rude enough of me at my bosses to like actually make me do a lot of work tonight. I don't have a lot of downtime. Normally, like towards the end of my shift, I'm just like sitting around at the end. None of that tonight. So rude. But yeah, because I've been working late the last couple of nights, I should have a bit of time when I'm up at the end of the shift, so people start online. Really want to like, yeah, get to know people, make sure that they don't have my name in their mouth, so that even if, you know, it turns out I'm not in the position I think I am, that it's not my name coming up at that first trial.
This is why you build from the bottom up. Jason's not really great in the chats, like one-on-one chats. I don't really know what his deal is.
This is a forced checkpoint. You must deposit $10. Oh my god, this sucks. I've lost 3 votes now. This sucks. Oh, fuck. This is bad. This is really bad.
There's only 7 votes at this tribal due to the competition, because some people can't do math. It's kind of funny. Of the voters, we have me, Jacob, Liv, Katie, Sarah Jules, and Swan. Those are the 7 that can vote. And no one else's opinion really matters. I forgot where I was going with this. I guess, yeah, we all agreed to vote Chewy. literally everybody in that 7 was gonna vote for Chewie. We're just like, okay, everybody kind of has beef with him. There's 100 problems going on, like whatever, easy vote, right? Nobody's gonna sit around and save him. Then eventually he found out that he was a name because Rob had told him. Interesting choice. I mean, Rob started a mess, and now Rob's telling him that he's a target. Okay, but Chewie found out, and then Chewie spiraled for 5 hours.
Chewie is insane. Chewie is a madman. Chewie is crazy. He has been on one literally all day. Like, he tried to say that I spread his not having a vote. Genuinely did not do it this time. This time. I never once did it. I really didn't do anything this time. And yeah, and ever since he said that he was trying to trust me, and I'm making him not, I've just kind of been done, and it seems like he's been spiraling insanely the past however long. And I'm just so ready for the Chewie show to end and never start back up. Do not ever renew this show. I'm done. I don't subscribe. Not even 1 star. He gets 0. He gets 0 stars. And yeah, I'm kind of in a rush, but I will give you guys more updates at a later time.
And it's been quite the headache to deal with, let me tell you. He's thrown everything under the sun, hoping anything sticks, and I think it just made any hope he had of surviving this vote completely disappear. Because there was a glimmer of hope for Chewie. Honestly, there was a glimmer of hope because Sarah and Jules, that was not their first choice. They really didn't want to do Chewie, and they were gonna talk with me and Liv about potentially doing something else because, again, you only need 4 people for this majority, which is kind of funny considering it's final 13. 4 people majority, average cast, average new era moment. Am I right? But that died because Chewie spiraled so hard that Sarah and Jules just couldn't save him. They gave up. They're like, absolutely not. Like, after what happened today, there's no reason. He's unworkable. Nobody wants to work with him. The only person who is giving Chewie a chance, apparently, is Apple, of all people.
Hello. So, I don't know if I'm being a bit much about Jason and Katie, but am I being irrational? Probably. Am I, like, not valid in my feelings here? Debatable. Personally, I think I'm very valid, but I don't know. It's just kind of annoying because I know that they're like good people and that like they can be talkative and whatnot, but they've just not. They put in the bare minimum effort with me since the very start, and it's just so frustrating. So I'm over it. And in other news, Eggsy just tells everyone everything he hears, so he can't really tell him stuff. Because if you tell Eggsy something, every single person in the cast will know about it. So I don't know what his problem is. Rob is aligned with both Jason and Katie, and Eggsy is too. So can't tell him anything. And then, well, I don't want to tell him anything. Liv, I don't really know where her loyalties lie. I think she's number 1 with Eggsy, and I think she also likes Katie and Rob. I don't know what her connections to hamburgers are, other than that alliance of Sarah, Chewie, Jules, and Liv that I know exists, called the Expandables. But I don't know. I don't want to tell any of the salads, the OG salads, anything at all. I don't really want to talk to any of them at all. I don't like most of them. I do like Rob. I do like Liv. Eggsy's cool. He's fine. But I don't know. I don't have a vote, so no one's going to tell me anything anyways. I have immunity, so that's great, but it just prolongs my existence with Jason and Katie. So is it really that great? Is it really that great to have? I don't know. I'm sure they both know I don't like them, and I think they know that I know they don't like me. Maybe. Well, they should. I wonder who's telling them that I don't like them too. I only tell Sarah, Chewy, and Liv, and kind of Kate. Those are like the only people I tell who don't like them. So who knows how it's getting out? I don't know. But yeah, that's where my thoughts are at. I'm probably not going to get told what the vote is. Maybe I will. I don't know. And I don't even think that like someone I want out is going to get out anyways, based on who does have votes. I don't even know where any allegiances are. I don't know if there's any big alliances made. I don't know about anything because no one tells me anything really.
Apple gave Chewy his idol nullifier, which was a choice. That was weird. Don't know why Apple did that. Haven't had the opportunity to talk to him about it. So that's not a good look for Apple, which is unfortunate because I really did like Apple. But I'm going to need some explanation for this because this is... He literally just did this off and didn't tell anyone, which is bad. So, Apple, what the fuck? Come on. Come on, man. Come on. You can do better than that. So, yeah. If I had to predict this vote, it's going to be Yunnan on Chewy. Nobody's going to play anything. He doesn't fucking have anything. Okay, he's pretending to have an idol. He doesn't have goddamn shit.
The election is over. Congrats.
I don't have any relationship with Jason. There is also a little bit of drama with, I guess, Katie and Apple. Katie didn't acknowledge the elephant drawing, so Apple was kind of pissed. Apple got immunity. I think I mentioned that, along with Rob. I don't know if Apple lost his vote. Apple does have a idol nullifier. Oh God, I'm very excited to see how this goes. I'm having a lot of fun. Thank you. Even though it's been dead today, there hasn't been a ton of scheming. That I'm just like, all right, things might actually get a little interesting.
Hello, Sagevivor. Everything is a mess, and it's slightly my fault. Am I the drama? No. So let's see. Let's start off with the fact that, like, I don't trust Chewy for shit. Chewy lied about having his vote. There's only like 7 people voting and 4 of them are salads, so it doesn't fucking matter what me, Jules, and Sarah want to do. However, guess what? You know what I want to do? Vote out fucking Chewy. I know strategically that doesn't necessarily make sense because like pagonging and et cetera issues and salads and blah, 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 blah. But I definitely worried about a pagonging for sure. But I feel like I'm in a really good position right now. Maybe I'm in my delusional era, but I feel like I'm sitting pretty. I have a strong trio on both sides of the game, and I feel like people can't bring my name up. I feel like if my name did get brought up, that people would stick up for me and that I could survive that. I have like information coming from all sides. I feel really fucking good for once in this fucking game. Let's fucking go. So we're excited about that. I do think that like, even if it does a slight pagonging, I'll be kind of like last hamburger standing, because of my connections on both sides. So, do I want a pagonging? No. Am I voting Chewy out? Yes. That kind of became a non-issue very quickly today because Chewy has been crashing out. Chewy tried to pick a fight with me. Chewy lied to me about having his vote. So it's just all of a combination of these things. I'm like, sir, you played yourself out of the game, unfortunately. This is kind of on you. If you hadn't spiraled like this, we could have probably, maybe saved you. But now it's kind of a done deal because, like, you picked a fight with me, you picked a fight with Rob, you picked a fight with Liv. So it's just like, it's done. There's not enough people voting. Also, people don't have votes. They're trying to like dictate the vote this round. It's very annoying. Rob definitely like started the Chewy movement, which is partially my fault, because I told Rob about Chewy wanting me to idle him out because I'm like gonna be honest with Rob, and I was trying to build trust with Rob, and I was also, yes, Chewy, I was trying to throw you under the bus. I'm so sorry, but I just did not have any trust for you in this game. We just weren't together, and then when it got to merge, it was a mess, girl. It was a mess. It was a messy mess. I'm so sorry, but it was a mess. So I told Rob about that because I was wanting to build trust with Rob, and then Rob, like, opening his damn mouth. I'm like, girl, keep that shit to yourself. Because now I trust you less that, like, you let that information out. So that's annoying, that is out there. But whatever. Like, I'll just be honest about it once Chewy's out. I'll be like, yeah, I told Rob. I was trying to build trust with Rob and I didn't trust Chewy. So, bloop. Sorry. So yeah, I low-key started a movement that got Chewy out. How fun is that?
Everyone dogpiled Chewy, and I think I convinced the salad people that I'm a number for them. And I can't hold on to advantage for my life because every time I get one, I just send it to someone else. This is miserable. Oh my god. I think everyone trusts me though, and like the fact that it just like glued onto Chewy, and even though I did a stunt like that, and no one even considered like, oh wait, Caden's kind of playing with us right now. Maybe we should vote them out. It's quite telling that I think I'm doing better than I thought initially. So I think if I could like lay low, make people think that the relationships I have are like stronger than they actually are, or like convince people that I'm closer to them because I can't be close to other people, whatever. It should be easy. I say this and I always get 10th, so hopefully that's not true. And we're here for the long run, and we're going to be making more horny jokes all day, all week, all month even. Let's get it.
Chewy, that was rude. That was really fucking rude. I was like 90% certain in my alliances and that you didn't have an idol, but still made my heart go. It was rude, man. But here we are. Really happy with though how this kind of cemented Caden and Exy as my alliance, or as people that I can trust. Caden kind of out of the blue too, because I was thinking I was gonna have to vote him out next, but now I'm thinking it might have to be Sarah or somebody else, because I'm feeling really good about the people I'm feeling good about, and have no idea what's going on with anybody else. So, not a great place to be, but I'll take it for where I'm at.
As of right now, I don't know if there is really a way to save Chewy here unless I put in some work with Jacob, but I really don't want to stick my neck out for Chewy. I've already had some issues with Chewy in the past with his weird, like, he goes off and does things, doesn't really fill us in on what's going on. Like, I don't mind if you want to go and try to cause chaos and do things, but when I'm telling you, hey, you're going to need Liv's vote, maybe don't fucking go after her, and then you go and do it, you're kind of fucking stupid and you deserve to go home.
Well, turns out Chewy was just spiraling. It was a unanimous vote.
I also think just like he's not connecting with the right people, and he's been like annoying some people like throughout the game with like going crazy at tribals like he is right now. So I just think it's kind of like a done deal. Now he's like pretending like he has idol shards, which he may or may not have, and he's like trying to get me a vote for a salad. And he's like, just vote for a salad and we'll be fine. And I'm like, well, girl, well, you have to tell me a name because I am not throwing one out there, sister. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. He literally asked me and I was like, absolutely not. So yeah, and literally as he's like crashing out for the past like 3 hours, I was on a VC with Sarah and Jules like the whole time, like just trading information and being like, hey guys, this is what happened with Rob, just so you know, I did tell him this, but I'm lying to Chewy. Then like Rob started to insinuate that it was one of Sarah or Jules that told him. So that's when I was like, oh, I'll just come clean and tell people because I don't want him throwing sus on y'all. That pisses me off. So Rob's a little shady, but I think I kind of knew that. And he kind of is like making a massive target of himself, which works for me. And like hopefully when salads implode, it'll be like, oh, we got to take up big threats, or like we have to have like numbers on our side for when, like, you know, because if they got down to 7, the thing about if they pagong, you have to like be on top of the tribe, so, or you're fucked. So we need to find people that are like not on top of the tribe and try and work with that. Unfortunately, I think they're just going to throw out like Apple and Jacob at some point, but yeah, so Chewy's gonna go. He might play some idol shards or something. I don't fucking care, honestly. I'm not changing my vote. I heard from somebody else, from Sarah or Jules, that allegedly he was saying we should vote Katie, which I'm obviously absolutely not doing. So everything's annoying, but yeah, it was just a lot. It was a lot of energy today. Crazy first merge boot, people not having votes. I have an alliance with Jason and Rob now. That's cute. I feel really good with Liv and Rob, and like Exie started talking some game to me, so we love that. Apple apparently has the advantage from the Journey challenge. At least he claimed it to me. And then I got a cute little swan profile picture drawn by Apple. So that's cute. I'm trying to think like anything else important. Yeah, like I threw Chewie under the bus and that's why he's going home. But I also don't trust Chewie, so that's okay with me. He's kind of like just been lying a lot and it's getting tiresome. So I just have to keep building connections with Salads in hopes that like I won't be a target of theirs anytime soon. And then like eventually go to them and be like, guys, I'm really starting to get worried about a Pagong. We've got to be like flexible and fluid and da 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 da, you know? And I'm sure Rob will come up with something. They'll probably throw, like I said, throw out Apple and Jacob, but then I'll be like, guys, be for real. Like, come on, we got to do something. Found out Exie and Liv are super close, by the way. Did not know that. I had no idea. Yeah, is that it? I just feel like so much happened and this is so short comparatively, but I literally can't think of anything else. But that's around. That's where my head is at. I love my girls. They're still my tops. If you see me talking with Rob and Katie and them, don't worry. Jules and Sarah are still my number one girlies. Yeah, you know, whatever. Goodbye, Chewie. I'm sorry, but I haven't been with you the whole damn game, so it is what it is. And you pressured me to waste my idol that I didn't need. And that makes me sad, even if I am slightly happy to be rid of it. So, RIP, I guess. Swan out for now.
And just like that, coming off of the first vote in Merge, our Crashout King, Chewie, ended up getting the chopping block. Chewie, you did a lot better than Season 7, and I hope you enjoyed your time. We enjoyed hosting you. You are super good energy to have around, so I hope you had a good time. In the next episode, more tea will be spilled, and things are only heating up in the kitchen as Merge will continue to get more intense. Thank you guys so much, and once again, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!